that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
I shrunk my mother once. I did. Don't give me that look. You weren't there.
Oh, I remember that day. Yes, in Greenhouse 3.
Yes. You'd hidden a bucket of leaping toadstools over at the far end.
Yes, I do recall now. And Professor Garlick knocked it over and ran out.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're...
Revelio.
And you're both wrong anyway.
No. Time he learned who's in
It
charge.
wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black!
Last week, I performed a knee reverse. Second year, it was an utter triumph.
Revelio.
Ronan would have preferred a life in the theatre.
I think rules against secrecy in dormitories should be enforced. Just because it's
If someone gets struck by a cursed broom,
Revelio.
it's you. sure he's in at the present moment, the headmaster. We'll be sure to tell him how very much you despise him. 142 staircases, and this is where they put me.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stock... Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of...
I've never heard of a spellcraft before.
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts. I shall...
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first... Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard. He'll keep you well...
Rookwood?
Once you've finished Professor Ronan's... No time to waste.
All of the shopkeepers like me. I know they do. They always put a bit of something else in the bag for me.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broke...
It seems as if that might...
More frequently than... As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not... A number of your professors have agreed to do so. I have arranged some for today. See them through.
Why must I first...
No lesson or such experience.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Got it. Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant. Good luck, and I...
Never back down from the fight.
flying page must be around here somewhere.
Levioso! Accurate! Brilliant!
I hit Falcon.
Hogwarts survives the reign of this headmaster. We should have a moon calf in charge.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try. Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Speaking of astronomy, fixates on Venus. The amount of time spent talking about a nuclear car. I wish they'd let Ronan teach the entire curriculum. I could just have a butterbeer from
Well,
the free broom.
fancy meeting you? Levioso. Reparo. Accio. Levioso. Reparo.
Simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from the fight.
Might some kind soul help me? If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak. The girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game.
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun...
That's what I tried to tell everyone. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
So many letters. None of them was ever for me.
I sent an anonymous house. Look on his face.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I did tell you.
It works quite well unless he asks me a question, and then it's not really a good plan at all. Overall, I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Ah!
Revelio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Reparo. Revelio. Accio.
Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
Any of you know where I can find Cleve?
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio. Accio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio. Accio.
That's the last of Zenobia's gobstones. I should go and see her.
Lumos.
I hope you've had more luck than I did tracking down my gobstones.
Hello, Zenobia. I found all your gobstones.
Really? I didn't think it was possible. However did you do it?
Common sense and basic magic.
Well, may I have my gobstone?
Of course. They are yours after all.
Oh, how wonderful. I shall dedicate all of my future victories to you. Speaking of which, now that I have all my gobstones back, I wonder if anyone in the common room would be up for a game.
I'm sure they'd be willing to play after the...
Isn't it? Oh, we'll have so much fun. Very well, off I go. Wish...
think it's for the best that Kagawa people.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we? I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
Not the best idea to start a secret with the boys from my dormitory. Now, we'll never get away from each other.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
Revelio.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient. Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
Prance, Hoof, and Sugarfoot.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh? Any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling. I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
says I should get to Hogsmeade as often as I can.
Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new fifth year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow.